Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That is a melody by George Allison Tipton. George Tipton, with the middle name of Alson or Allison or something. I don't know the gent other than that he composed possibly one of the greatest television sitcom themes in the history of television, American television sitcoms anyway. Benson. Shout out to Dina Lawrence and Sean King today, two awesome radio co-workers of mine in the San Francisco Bay Area. I think are still working for the old company. Sean King once stopped me in the hall. I forget what he was. Oh, by the way, do you love the shirt, the suit? It's kind of my Friday suit. I really don't teach at China on Fridays. So this is the shirt I kind of wear, the flashy bright red. In fact, you want to see it without the jacket? I'll resume talk about Sean King and Dina in a sec. Yeah, this is literally just got out of class and I wanted to kind of be styling on Friday. This is one of those shirts I bought from China for like $4. And it's actually too big, slightly. It's not really giant too big. I suppose looking at it right now, it kind of looks really wide. That's why I wear the jacket over it. If I can reposition some of these buttons, I think I can kind of help myself. This is one of those shirts I wear only on the internet, right? I really like it. It's got this kind of weird placket with the buttons and this kind of design here. I almost feel like I've got a tattoo when I wear this shirt. It's time for Sebastian's daily stripping routine. The great thing about these great cheap Chinese shirts is the thread around the buttonholes and traps the button. So even when it's pulled out of the hole, it's still kind of held there. Fucking annoying. All right. Sean King of the IT department of iHeartRadio in San Francisco, still, I think, to this day, really awesome guy, was bugging me about the TV I liked. What do you watch? I was complaining about the garbage people watch. I think he might have hit me up in the hallway, just like, the way coworkers do. Hey, you gonna watch American Idol tonight, or whatever the show was? And I'm sure I went, fucking American Idol, no. And he's like, really? Well, what do you watch? I'm like, unfortunately, the show I was really, I say unfortunately, fuck that. This is a show everybody should be into. Benson. I told him I was into Benson, and he kind of stopped and looked at me. I think he knew what I meant instantly, but he was like, really? It was like, ouch. Of all, I might as well have said Alice. Or even Alice wasn't bad. I didn't hate Alice, but one of those really weird, obscure 80s things that he had no idea I was ever going to say. And it was really a fun moment. That's one of my favorite Sean King moments, actually. Because he ever since then, he'll come across a picture of Gretchen Krauss or some kind of promotional shot from 1979, the first season of Benson, right after they were kicked off soap. Or they weren't kicked off, but right after they stopped being on soap and went on Benson. He sent me more than a couple Benson sort of things over the years, and that kind of became a thing. So I really liked that we had that interaction because it kind of started a whole thing, and it allowed me to again defend the honor of what I think is one of the greatest sitcoms because it's really, really funny. Now we're getting to the interesting part of the story. None of that was interesting. That was just the setup. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna do my business over here, and you're not gonna see it. Just one moment, please. I have to lean over here and have an itch. Yeah, it was just a little itchy. Very well. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes that itch doesn't quite scratch so easily. All right. But now, here's the interesting part of the Benson story. Not that Sean King hit me up once and told me, sort of made fun of me endlessly thereafter, but not in a mean way. Made fun of me in the way that like maybe that was a cool, if really bizarre response. But you know, in the year 2010, approximately the year this conversation took place, Benson would not have. I mean, it's like saying Benson today. Not a popular response. Now, how is that evidenced? That is evidenced by, among other things, the fact that Benson is not available on digital video disc, DVD, Blu-ray, anything. In fact, that's not quite true. Seasons 1 and 2 are out on Blu-ray and DVD. I don't even know Blu-ray, DVD. You can get season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray now. Just because I want to, I'm going to share my screen for a second, and we're going to read together the Wikipedia article about. Why don't I see my thing? I don't know. Hold on, please. Oh yes, YouTube events. That's what I wanted. Okay. I'm going to share the screen with you about. We're going to look at Benson on DVD on Wikipedia, not Google Images. I just want regular Google. Benson sitcom. Okay, here's a big Wikipedia article. Some assorted images. 79 to 86 is when it ran. The spin-off of the soap opera parody Soap, starring Robert Guillaume, James Noble, Angus Swenson, Missy Gold, Renee Auberjonois, Ethan Phillips, etc. However, Benson eschewed the soap opera format of its parent show for a more conventional sitcom structure. That cannot be said enough times. The fact that I have this love for Benson is in part surprising, probably by the fact that Benson is so very, very formulaic. Like you notice, there is a absolute exactness to the structure of that show every single time. The music never changed. The opening sequence changed slightly as the show went on. Because, like, for instance, Missy Gold was a little girl in 1979 and was a teenager in the mid 80s. So, you know, when a show's got a kid, you got to update the credits simply for that reason. But they, you know, they had the same little musical cue, the same little shot of the house zooming in. You know, when the shot was over, you know, we'd zoom out of that shot. That same house. It's funny, that house is mentioned on Wikipedia. It's like a private residence. It's not a governor's mansion or nothing. It looks so like the governor's mansion because it was just ingrained on us, in us. But yes, if you look, in fact, let's go back to the article. I was going to say, I think it talks about how DVD releases. Sony Pictures Home Entertainment released season 1 on Benson in Region 1. Region 1 is like North America. The DVDs contain the episodes as they originally aired, including the longer opening sequence, which was significantly edited for syndication. That's true, too. In fact, if you know the thing about that, there's the theme song. The theme song has like 2 movements, really. Dun, 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 dun. And then there's a middle part, that kind of the bridge. Now, when they edited it, they needed that like 30 seconds or whatever, because the opening sequence is like a minute long. So they trimmed it to 30 seconds and then used just the second half of the music. And it worked quite well. In fact, there is as kids, I would sing the names of the actors. So embarrassing to admit this to the tune of that shorter credits music. So it went like this: dun 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 Benson, dun dun dun, starring Robert Guillaume, James Noble, and Inga Swenson. Don't forget that there's Missy Gold, Ethan Phillips, Dee Dee Conn and more, and Renee Auberjonois as Clayton Endicott the third. But that's all. And Renee Auberjonois as Clayton Endicott the third. And you get the idea. My girl Kate loves that. Pisses her pants, I think, a little bit every time I do that, just because we did it at Disneyland, the Grand California once. And I think that's all she wrote. Anyway, so yeah, the shorter version of the opening credits is the one to which my little childhood singing of the credits maps on. It does not map onto the longer versions of the credits because the credits include the whole nother bridge of the music kind of thing. but I really enjoyed actually the full version of the music much more than the shorter version because there are just these little musical elements. There's a triangle, ting, one little triangle ting in the middle thing you hear before the music shifts into the shorter version. I'm going on and on about this goddamn music. You hear a triangle. When you hear the triangle halfway through the music, it is at that point that the syndication opening music really started. Anyway, okay, back to the talking about the DVD releases, because on April 3rd, 2012, this article says that Sony released season 2. Okay, this is a manufacturer on demand release. What is this? Manufacturer on demand. Back 5 years ago, certain things were, I guess, what, not being put on DVD. Like they had it all burned, like had it all digitized, but they won't burn it on a DVD unless somebody orders it, I guess, or wants it or something. Now, I have found out through my complaining about this that there are a number of shows in this vein. WKRP is one of the shows that's kind of not available in its original form, I think, because of the music. The original music for WKRP had like the rock songs of the time, which went on to be like classic rock songs that we all know and love. And I think they became instantly too expensive for reruns on syndication and for DVD. Like they would have had to pay a lot of money. So what the trick they figured out was they could just dub in like kind of, Muzak or kind of, whatever stylized versions of generic versions of kind of rock and roll style songs. And they don't have to pay the royalties, and then the shows can air and they can make the money without having to pay the fees, music, and the people with the show make more money. The problem is the viewers are like kind of half screwed because it's just not as good when you put the free music in there, the royalty free music. But back to the thing. There again, we talked about seasons 1 and 2 of Benson. There are 7 seasons of Benson. What about the fucking rest of them on DVD? Especially since you have released. Isn't this an argument where you seriously shouldn't we be in for a dime and for a dollar or whatever? Like, I really feel like. Here's the other thing I noticed, because I bought it season 2 not on DVD but on iTunes. The complete second season DVD also includes 2 episodes from season 3. This is also true of the iTunes thing, and I thought it was some kind of weird digitizing mistake. Like the DVD of the previous season, this DVD also contains the originally aired uncut openings. Yeah, the longer opening sequence, which I love. Now, here's the last piece of this. This ends 3 years ago now. On August 27, 2013, it was announced Mill Creek Entertainment had acquired the rights to various TV series from Sony Pictures Library, including Benson. Now, if you go to this Mill Creek website, I guess I could. I did the other day. You go to Charlie's Angels, Friday Night Lights, Coach, Miami Vice, Knight Rider, Sliders. And all of these are, I think, the complete series. You look at these carefully. I can't really do a screen freeze, but all of these seem to say complete series, the complete miniseries. Hammer Films. There's films. This is the first one that does it. Coach seasons 1 and 2. Combo pack. Now let's just click on television for the genre here. All right, all kinds of it, isn't there? Murder 101. Some of them I've never heard of. That 70s show. $100 for the complete series. Now again, what is that? I count 4 things in that box, and I don't know. I'm guessing maybe it says there's 16 discs, so each one must have 4 discs. Like, was there 4 seasons? I thought there was more than 4 seasons of this show. Carton quantity 9. Okay, maybe that's just a piece of what we're seeing. I don't know, but you're getting my idea, right? Everything seems to be the complete series for the most part. Quantum Leap, the complete series. Knight Rider, the complete series. Sliders, Miami Vice, the complete series. These motherfuckers have 5 seasons of Benson that they are not releasing. Just sitting. Here's the thing. I pictured originally, what a waste. They're sitting on a 1-inch videotape format on a shelf in a vault somewhere, undone. With this manufacturer on demand shit, I have a sense that they just digitized everything in the vault and then burned only what was being ordered onto DVD. It's kind of what I do. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, God damn it, like, God damn it. And it's not the only show. I think Fantasy Island, is either partially or completely unavailable on DVD. Other such shows. And like, you're not gonna fucking tell me that seasons 1 and 2 of Coach. Some of these shows might have cult followings. You're not gonna tell me the complete series of Sliders or more than Benson. Are you Heathcliff the cartoon? At some point, can't we get to argue Party of Five, the complete series? Okay, that one I suppose might have some traction. Some of those teen shows have real staying power, especially if you watch them as a teenager, and then now you can get the DVD and sort of enjoy it commercial-free, privacy or own home. The complete series of The Cosby Show. Now, I don't want to diss The Cosby Show. I think The Cosby Show is funny. Bill Cosby himself became a monster, and I don't think I would want to watch it now. On the other hand, this is me being honest with you here, dear viewer. I have always treasured Bill Cosby's original comedy special called Bill Cosby Himself. To a lesser degree, his second stand-up comedy film called Bill Cosby 49. I haven't watched them really since that scandal broke because I just don't feel right about it. But the crazy part of it is I've struggled with it because in my mind, the comedy doesn't change. The comedy is still funny. It's just all tainted, and I guess there's now a buzzer going off in everybody's mind every time he's ever on the screen. And rightfully so. He's a monster and raped bunches of women. So I'm not saying I'm not doing the thing where, yes, the rape was horrible, but the show was good too. I don't want to do that. But, I do think it's a tragedy that a lot of that comedy is kind of ruined. I mean, it's obviously a major tragedy. And it's not like I'm watching it and going, go Bill, nothing like that. I'm actually not watching. I can't really watch these treasured shows of mine. And it's not like I've tried, so I don't know. Last time I tried, I remember I watched Bill Cosby Himself, the stand-up concert film from 1981, I believe is the year. 80, 81. On the bus in Mexico. I was on a bus for like 4 hours in Mexico driving for a really long time. Might have been on the way back into the country. And, I have a certain library of shit that just kind of always lives on this thing. My little Wi-Fi hard drive. Ouch. And I think the Bill Cosby full scandal had not hit full thing yet. So I didn't really, I will tell you, I have not deleted it off my hard drive or anything. But I don't really watch it just because I sort of don't feel right about it. And, I guess that's fair in a way. In a way, I feel like it's a that I don't watch it anymore. But I kind of feel like I can't. There are things here on this website, going back to the website that has Benson and won't give it to us. Motherfuckers. Mill Creek Entertainment. TV Guide, 26 episodes of TV's greatest game shows. Which ones? Groucho Marx, Merv Griffin, Steve Allen. It's a really old shit. Not that makes it bad. Old Price is Right. It looks like Old Beat the Clock. I don't like Groucho, but I like fucking I love John Daly on What's My Line. To tell the truth, Old Black and White, Price is Right is not going to be bad. $10 for that. Oh, I see. Here we go. How many discs? 2 discs. Okay. Do You Trust Your Wife? $21 a second. Some of these I have, thanks to my game show guru buddy Chris. Bill Cullen, Price is Right. Oh shit, man! I know. And here's the thing. Now we're getting into something I've actually done a lot of on my podcast in the years past. Not recently, but just type in Game Show Tuesday sometime, and you'll see cBas After Dark. We're doing sometimes whole 2-hour-long episodes of Game Show Tuesday, where I'm just playing game shows off of YouTube and sort of commenting on them. And there was nothing. I don't think anybody gave a shit, but I treasured it. Oh, Disc 2 does have What's My Line with Dorothy Kilgallen and Arlene Francis and John Daly. Man, there was one episode, I think I even did it maybe on Game Show Tuesday, where Arlene Francis was lit. like fucking wobbling and slurring. Her speech kind of lit. Black and white 50s TV must have been a time. Must have been a time. All right. That's 20 minutes of fun. No, we're not even good to. What a stoner I am. I got to the part of Benson not being available on DVD. 5 seasons worth. I wrote to Dr. Missy Gold. Missy Gold played Katie Gatling, the governor's little girl on Benson. She is now a practicing psychologist and therapist. And like, you know, if you can look up her name and write to her, and I wrote to her. I was like, "You're America's greatest child actor." And mentioned, I think, in that note that, you know, you can't get Benson on DVD except for seasons 1 and 2. I never heard back from that either. But now the funny part. All of that leading up to the funny part, which is now here. I'm sorry it took 21 minutes to get here. I really am. But I can't find any of seasons 3 through 7 of Benson, as I said, except for those couple of episodes that I thought were accidentally included on iTunes, but it turns out to have been included on one version of the season 2 DVD. Now, the reason I thought it was a mistake was because there are 2 episodes of season 2 missing from that DVD collection, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they left out 2 seasons of season 2, and suddenly we're in the middle of season 3 with 2 episodes. Not that I think it's bad, because now they're otherwise unavailable. But they are now. I found, and every 3 to 6 months, I do a search for any kind of mention on Google, something about please Benson, something DVD, something, a new announcement, the complete series, something. No, never anything. But I finally looked on YouTube. I shouldn't even be saying this because they're all going to come down. Every so often, you can find shit on YouTube. For a while, all of the annotated director commentary episodes that had them of news radio, all of the like actor director commentaries of the episodes of news radio that had them. I think there were like 10 episodes per season that had these great commentaries of like the whole cast and the creators and the writers. It was very funny, and they were talking about the show, and a lot of those things they just kind of start laughing to each other. Those were all on YouTube for a while until they just got pulled down one day. These will get pulled down someday, but they are otherwise unavailable. They are episodes of Benson from season 3. Now, it doesn't appear to go beyond season 3. And I'm not even sure the season numbers on there are right. Like, it might be some season 3 and some of season 4. There are some later seasons that are not available on DVD on YouTube. How? Some guy did this to the cable TV screen for like 2.5 hours a day for a month, or however many. I mean, there's dozens of episodes filmed with a camera, with a hand, like a cell phone. I'm guessing it could have been a handheld camera, but filmed a screen in the room, audio. Sometimes he's laughing at the show, and it's really funny. But I'm building to this climax because what could make that ruined? What could destroy that experience? Think about it for a second. What could discovering fucking plutonium by accident on the internet, a little bit that you've been looking for, delicious, more, right? What could ruin that? I'm going to sip and you think about that. What could ruin finding lost episodes of Benson for me? Well, I told you how he filmed it. That's not how he ruined it. I mean, it's not great. It is one way of kind of making sure that the automatic scanning mechanisms can't really take it down, because you're changing the angle, and it's not really, it doesn't look right, so the algorithms can't quite nail it for copyright. So that's, the fact that it's filmed on phone is not a bad thing in that way. In fact, that's what is allowing it to stay up longer. But the audio of the room. What if there was something else going on in the room? A baby crying? No, there wasn't a baby crying. Cat or dog? No, no animals. A device. If there was some device in the room making a constant beeping sound, let's say, he would remedy it. Like, if there were an alarm clock, you realize you're trying to film a show across the room. He's not up against the TV, he's across the room filming. And his fucking smoke alarm is chirping. No, it's not. And here's the thing: I narrowed it down. I listened to so many of these episodes of that goddamn smoke alarm. It's not one smoke alarm. Dude has two different smoke alarms with dying batteries in two different rooms because it's like beep, beep, and the second one sounds further away, and then they don't beep twice like that. When they chirp, they beep once. 30 seconds go by, or a minute goes by, and then they beep again. This one is beep, 1 second, beep, and then 35 seconds goes by. There's two motherfucking smoke detectors in somebody's house out there. Some kind soul who recognized you can't get Benson anywhere, even in the legitimate channels, even paying, even volunteering to pay, manufacturer on demand, none of it. He filmed the screen when some channel, I don't even know what channel had the reruns, because there's an N in the corner, but I don't recognize it. Smoke detector, chirp. Not one smoke detector, two. Smoke detector, chirp, chirp. Every 45 seconds, 46 seconds. I happen to narrow that down. I happen to count it. 45 and 46 seconds. Chirp, chirp. I'm going to go crazy. I am going to lose my shit. I'm not. I did save those files. I downloaded all that shit off YouTube, so even if they disappear, I have them. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Because here's the thing: that smoke detector chirp has been a thing from ever since the days of Loveline. When I was listening to, I'm holding this as a prop because all of my old favorite Loveline episodes I have saved on my device, and I've carried this collection around with me for 20 years. Since I was listening to Loveline in college, because they used to get callers to Loveline asking questions, teenage questions about sex and drugs. Great show. Only in the Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew era, and only on the radio. Never the MTV TV show, and never a Loveline with a host other than Adam Carolla. But they would get these callers with smoke detectors chirping, and the callers didn't hear the smoke detector chirping. These are all on YouTube too, by the way. I should do an episode where I just do these. Callers to Loveline with the smoke detector going on, and Adam Carolla trying to explain. Okay, look, at the beginning of man, the dawn of man, they discovered something called fire. Fire is a good thing. It can cook the food that you eat and keep your house warm, but it can, leave you burning in your bed. It can take lives. So, that's the dark side to fire. But someone invented a device that it detects smoke, hence the name smoke detector. And it's got, they're up on the ceiling. And when they take batteries, and when the battery gets low, the caller's like, yeah, the smoke detector makes a chirp noise every 45 seconds. Now, hang on, one's coming. And about now, the caller goes, oh, like you finally understood. We were talking about that fucking sound in the room that you're in, and not the question you were calling about. It is brilliant and beautiful. I will share that clip with you another time. We're hitting 30 minutes. I'm going to stop at 30 minutes now because I'm going to do that real fast. Was at the hospital yesterday. Well, another sonogram, ultrasound, not an electrocardiogram, an echocardiogram. Again, dozed off on the table because I was just thinking they keep me so comfortable, poking me. But that's the thing about this electrocardiogram. More on this tomorrow. It's not the big thing like for a pregnant belly. It's a thing about thumb circumference, right? I have a thing of nail polish here. Hey, Kate, it's the nail polish you bought me at Disneyland. Kate bought me this Disneyland nail polish for $10 for this, probably because I had a nail that was like a hangnail, and I had no clippers. I had no strengthening liquid of any kind, so she bought me a black nail polish. Anyway, but this is what the circumference of the ultrasound thing was like. Imagine this pushing. It's not, and it's in my tummy, my belly area, my chest, like right here in the spot, your solar plexus, the soft spot there, pushing kind of medium to hard. And do it for a minute. Like, do it for more than 2 seconds. Do it for 15 seconds. And it's like fucking ow, ow, ow after a while. But overall, not bad. I am a little scared and troubled. I'm not even going to really talk about it except to say you've heard me talk about my hair before. You may see the next time you see me there may be something radical here. I'm going to go ahead and take my birthday, which is tomorrow, off of this broadcast. I'm going to just chill. I don't know. Maybe I'll come on. We'll see. But I do plan to do something radical with the hair. Kind of to head off the weirdness of the chemo loss of it, right? But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. We'll see what I do. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Everybody wish me a happy birthday. Tributes are being accepted. Please text me or call me. 310 is the area code. 310-776-5869. That's 310-776 Kunz. And yeah, have a great Easter weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I'll come back on after my classes on Monday. I like doing this after my Chinese English classes and stuff. Getting undressed on camera is fun. It really is.